Also breaking now, two powerful members of Congress are not too happy with the NFL. The Football League had until yesterday to turn over key documents related to its investigation of the Washington football team. Adam Longo continues to break big news on this story. So, Ads, what happened today?
Well, Leslie, it'd be easier if I told you what didn't happen. According to members on the House Oversight and Reform Committee, the NFL did not turn over all of the documents and information that the Oversight Committee had requested by yesterday's deadline. So let's back up here for a second, set this whole thing up for you. So last year, the Washington football team and its owner, Dan Snyder, started an investigation into allegations of sexual harassment and workplace improprieties within the organization. The NFL then took over that investigation, but there was no written report when it concluded that investigation in July. And that's where this congressional committee comes in. They are trying to pull back the curtain, so to speak, about what's really happening with the workplace culture of Washington football and if the NFL tried to hide anything. The committee requested a report and documents. They were due yesterday, but apparently they didn't get everything they asked for. The committee chair, Carolyn Maloney, Democrat from New York, said this: if the NFL shares our commitment to address these issues, sexual harassment, toxic workplace, it'll be fully transparent about the findings of the internal review and will allow all individuals to speak freely without fear of retaliation. In short, they don't feel that the NFL has been transparent to this point. Now, here's a statement I got from an NFL spokesperson in response. Quote, the NFL on Thursday submitted responses to the questions in the committee's letter. As we have discussed with the committee, we're in the process of identifying responsive documents while working through issues of privilege and anonymity promised to participants in the investigation. So the NFL is basically saying, give us a bit. I spoke with two former longtime members of the Washington football organization who have been pushing the league for transparency all along.
The John Gruden email leak, all the way up until today's congressional response to the NFL not producing the documents, is giving me hope. And it's encouraging me to keep going forward, keep pushing forward.
It's when you stand up and you know what's right, you know, it takes a while and it takes a lot of people behind you to do it.
All right, so what happens next? Well, there's no new deadline for the NFL, at least not one that's been made public. The committee wants the NFL to hand over documents. It wants the NFL to release people from non-disclosure agreements so they can talk about their experiences within the Washington football organization. And short of that, one of the leaders of this congressional inquiry, Congressman Roger Goodell of Illinois, he told me last week they can compel the NFL to produce documents. He didn't use the word subpoena, but that's what he meant. And another member of this committee, D.C.'s Eleanor Holmes Norton, told me it's very likely we'll see a congressional hearing on this, and that could involve team owner Dan Snyder, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell, and others like Melanie and Anna who want their stories told. Leslie?
Yeah, it sounds like if the NFL wanted more time, they told you that, but they didn't tell Congress. So we'll have to see what happens.
Yeah.
I know you'll have more of this on 6 o'clock. Thanks, Ads.
You bet.